You know, there's something deeply fascinating about numbers. They're everywhere in our lives, whether we realize it or not, and they carry a kind of energy that influences everything from the smallest decisions to the biggest life events. It might sound a little out there at first, but think about it. Your name, your birth date, even the places you choose to live or the people you surround yourself with, they all have numbers attached to them. These numbers aren't just random digits, they are vibrations, each carrying its own unique energy. And when you start paying attention to them, you begin to see patterns, connections, and synchronicities that reveal so much about who you are, your destiny, and the path you're meant to walk in this world. Now, this isn't some new age, mystical idea. It's been around for centuries. People like Pythagoras, the father of numerology, recognized the power of numbers long ago. He believed the world itself is built on a mathematical foundation, that everything in existence can be understood through numbers. The vibrations from these numbers shape our personalities, our relationships, and even our life choices. What's even more interesting is that once you understand your personal numbers, things like your life path number, which comes from your birth date, or the numbers tied to your name, you unlock a deeper understanding of yourself. You start to see how these numbers influence your thoughts, your actions, your choices, and how they align with your true essence. If you want to live in harmony with who you really are, you need to surround yourself with things that resonate with your inherent vibrations. This could mean finding a home with an address number that feels right to you, choosing a partner whose energy complements yours, or even picking hobbies and a career that align with your numbers. It's all about finding balance, peace, and living authentically. But the beauty of numerology goes even deeper than just the basics of numbers influencing your life. It's about seeing the interconnectedness of everything, about understanding that the universe is full of patterns, and when we align ourselves with those patterns, things just seem to flow more smoothly. Think of it this way. When you're in tune with your numbers, you're in tune with the universe. Things just fall into place. And it's not just about the obvious things, it's also about the subtle nudges. Have you ever had those moments when you see a certain number pop up over and over again in your life? Maybe it's a number on a license plate, the time on the clock, or a number in your address. You start to wonder, is this just a coincidence? But in numerology, there's no such thing as a coincidence. These are little signals from the universe, guiding you, showing you that you're on the right path, or maybe that you need to pay attention to something important. It's not about being obsessed with numbers, but rather about becoming aware of their presence and understanding their messages. When you start paying attention, you'll begin to notice things that you might have overlooked before, like how certain people's names or certain places just feel like they belong in your life. Maybe you feel a sense of peace when you're in a place that has a certain number in its address, or a certain energy when you meet someone whose name resonates with your numbers. It's all part of the bigger picture. Now, this might seem a little out there, but think about how many times in life you've made decisions that just felt right, even if you couldn't put it into words, or how certain events seem to unfold in just the right way, almost as if the universe itself was guiding you. That's the magic of numbers, and once you start looking for the signs, you'll see them everywhere. It's like the universe is speaking to you in its own special language, and once you learn to listen, everything just starts to make sense. Now, let's take a step back and look at where all this came from. The roots of numerology go way, way back in history. In fact, it's something that's been around for centuries. One of the earliest people to really dive deep into the power of numbers was none other than Pythagoras, the famous Greek philosopher and mathematician. You may have heard his name in math class, especially when it comes to the Pythagorean theorem, but what most people don't realize is that Pythagoras was actually one of the first people to seriously study the mystical side of numbers. He believed that everything in the universe could be explained by numbers. The world, as he saw it, wasn't just made of physical matter, but also built on mathematical principles. He saw numbers not only as a tool for measurement, but as the very fabric of reality itself. To Pythagoras, numbers weren't just abstract concepts. They were living, breathing forces that had the power to shape everything in existence, from the stars in the sky to the vibrations in the strings of a musical instrument. He even believed that the sounds produced by a vibrating string could be understood mathematically. Talk about mind-blowing, right? But the idea wasn't just about how numbers relate to the physical world. For Pythagoras, numbers also held deeper spiritual meanings. They were connected to the soul, to the spirit, to the very essence of life. In fact, he and his followers believed that by understanding numbers, they could tap into the divine, uncover hidden truths about existence, and even gain insight into their own lives. This was the beginning of what we now call numerology, the study of the mystical significance of numbers. But Pythagoras wasn't the only one who saw numbers as a gateway to understanding the universe. Across the world, different cultures and philosophies began to develop their own systems for assigning meaning to numbers. The ancient Hebrews, for example, believed that the letters of their alphabet had numerical values, and these values were linked to cosmic forces. This system, known as gematria, became an important part of Kabbalistic teachings, a mystical tradition within Judaism that sought to uncover hidden meanings in sacred text. Similarly, in ancient Greece, numbers were seen as representations of the divine. Certain numbers, like the number 10, were considered sacred, symbolizing completeness and perfection. For the Greeks, the number 10 represented the entirety of the universe, with each of the numbers 1 through 10 embodying a different aspect of existence. This idea was so deeply embedded in their worldview that they saw numbers not just as tools for calculation, but as symbols of the divine order that governs all things. In fact, many of the ancient Greek philosophers were deeply influenced by this understanding of numbers. They saw mathematical proportions and ratios in everything, from the structure of the universe to the design of the human body. Even music, which Pythagoras studied extensively, was understood through the lens of numbers. The relationship between musical notes and harmony was seen as a reflection of the cosmic order, a way to connect with the divine through sound. What's fascinating is that even though we're living in a very different time, the power of numbers still holds sway over us today. Think about how many times you see numbers in your everyday life. On your phone, on the clock, in your address, in your phone number. Numbers are everywhere, constantly showing up, and in numerology, it's believed that these aren't just coincidences. Instead, they are messages from the universe, guiding you, nudging you in the right direction, or helping you to understand your life's purpose. It's almost as if the universe is speaking to you through numbers, like a silent language that only those who are paying attention can understand. That's why it's so important to learn about numerology. When you understand the meanings behind these numbers, you can begin to see the bigger picture. You'll start to notice patterns and synchronicities that help guide your decisions, relationships, and even your career. Whether it's your life path number, the numbers in your name, or the numbers that show up repeatedly in your life, every number has something to tell you. And the more you learn to listen, the more you'll be able to understand the messages the universe is sending you. So, as we dive deeper into the world of numbers, remember that this isn't just about simple calculations or math lessons from school. It's about tapping into a powerful, ancient system that has been guiding people for thousands of years. And once you begin to understand this system, you'll be amazed at how much it can reveal about your own life, your purpose, and your place in the world. Let's talk a little bit more about how numerology shows up in our everyday lives. We've all heard the phrase, everything happens for a reason, right? Well, in numerology, there's a similar concept. Nothing is a coincidence. It's fascinating to think about how numbers appear in our daily routines, popping up in ways we might not even notice at first. But once you start paying attention, it's like you're suddenly tuned into a whole new language the universe is speaking to you. Think about it. How many times have you looked at the clock and saw 1111 staring back at you? Or maybe you've had the experience of seeing the same number pop up on license plates, in phone numbers, or even in addresses over and over again. At first, it might seem like a strange coincidence, but in numerology, these repeating numbers are believed to be messages from the universe, signals that you're on the right path, or sometimes nudges telling you to pay attention to something important. It's almost as if the universe is sending you little reminders, encouraging you to slow down and listen to what's going on around you. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're dealing with a tough decision. Maybe it's about your career or a personal relationship. You're feeling unsure, a little lost, and suddenly the number 222 keeps popping up everywhere you look. Maybe it's on the clock when you wake up or on the address of a place you visit. In numerology, 222 is often seen as a sign of balance, harmony, and cooperation. It's a reminder to stay calm, to trust that things are unfolding as they should, and to know that your decisions are supported by the universe. These kinds of signs aren't just random. They're the universe's way of helping you find your way when things feel unclear. But it's not just about numbers on a clock or in a phone number. Numerology can also explain the patterns we see in our relationships. Have you ever met someone and instantly felt like you've known them forever? Or, on the flip side, have you ever met someone and felt an immediate sense of tension or discomfort? In numerology, your name and your birth date can reveal a lot about the energy you bring to relationships. Each of us has certain numbers that resonate with us more strongly than others. And when we meet someone whose numbers match our own, it can create a sense of deep connection. It's like you're speaking the same language, even if you've just met. On the other hand, when your numbers clash, it can create friction or tension, and you might feel uncomfortable around that person. It's not about being judgmental or writing people off based on their numbers, but it's about understanding the dynamics of the energy exchange. It helps explain why we click with some people instantly and why others just don't seem to vibe with us, no matter how hard we try. Now, let's talk about the places we live. Have you ever moved into a new house or apartment and it just felt like home the moment you stepped in? Or maybe you've visited a place and felt totally off, like something just didn't feel right. Well, in numerology, the energy of a place can be determined by its address number, just like your personal energy is influenced by your birth date. A home or a city can have a vibration that either aligns with you or feels out of sync. For example, if you're someone whose life path number is 6, someone who values family, home, and community, living in a place with the number 6 in its address might feel especially comforting. It could bring a sense of peace, stability, and harmony to your life. On the other hand, if you're someone whose life path number is 5, someone who thrives on adventure, change, and freedom, living in a place with a 5 energy could feel more exciting, more aligned with your need for variety and change. The same goes for your workplace or the companies you choose to work with. If the energy of your office or business doesn't match your personal energy, it can create feelings of discomfort, and you may struggle to find fulfillment there. It's not just about the physical space, it's about the energy that space holds. That's why numerology can be such a powerful tool when it comes to making decisions about where you live or work. It helps you understand the energy of a place and whether or not it's a good match for your personal energy. And once you start applying numerology in your daily life, you begin to notice patterns and connections everywhere. Your phone number, your house number, your favorite numbers, it all has meaning, and each number holds a vibration that can help guide you toward a more aligned life. And so, next time you see a repeating number or if something just feels off, stop and ask yourself, what's the universe trying to tell me? It's amazing how these little nudges can make a big difference in how we approach life, how we connect with others, and how we navigate the world around us. Now, let's dive into something a bit more personal, how numerology can reveal insights about who you are and what your life's purpose is. We've already talked about how numbers are everywhere in your life and how they're guiding you, but here's the real magic. Numerology can give you a blueprint for your life, helping you understand who you truly are at your core. One of the most powerful tools in numerology is calculating your life path number. This number is derived from your birth date, and it's often referred to as the blueprint of your life because it reveals the lessons you came here to learn, the challenges you'll face, and the unique gifts you have to offer the world. It's like a roadmap to your destiny, a guide to help you navigate life's twists and turns. To calculate your life path number, all you need to do is add up the digits in your birth date. For example, if you were born on June 15th, 1990, you would add 6, June, plus 1 plus 5, the day, plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 0, the year, which equals 31. Then you add the digits of that number together. 3 plus 1 equals 4. So, your life path number would be 4. Now let's break that down a bit. People with a life path number of 4 are often known for their hardworking, practical, and reliable nature. They're the ones who are excellent at creating stability and structure in their lives and in the lives of others. They're detail-oriented, organized, and have a strong sense of responsibility. These are people who thrive when they're building something solid, whether that's a career, a home, or a long-term relationship. But don't worry if your life path number isn't a 4. Every number has its own set of strengths and challenges. For instance, if your life path number is 1, you're likely a natural-born leader, someone who's independent, innovative, and driven to succeed. People with a life path number of 2 are often peacemakers, valuing harmony, cooperation, and balance in their relationships. Each life path number offers a unique perspective on life and comes with its own set of talents, challenges, and opportunities. And the best part is that once you understand your life path number, you begin to recognize the patterns in your life. You start to see how certain challenges keep coming up and how the universe is giving you opportunities to grow and evolve. You can also see the areas where you naturally excel, like leadership or creativity, and use that knowledge to make more empowered decisions about your life and your future. But that's not all. Numerology doesn't just stop at your life path number. It also takes into account the vibrations of your full name. Your first, middle, and last names each carry a numerical value that reveals something about your personality and your life's journey. If you take the time to break down the letters in your name and add up their numerical values, you'll start to see connections between your name and the way you show up in the world. For example, someone with the name Sarah might have a very different energy than someone named Jack, even if they share similar birth dates or life path numbers. The energy of your name can give you insight into how you interact with others, how you express yourself, and even how you feel about yourself. It's like your name has its own unique vibration that's constantly influencing your thoughts, actions, and relationships. And just like with your life path number, once you understand the energy of your name, you can use it to your advantage. Maybe you've noticed that certain situations or people make you feel drained or uneasy, while others feel like they fit with you. Well, your name's vibration can explain that. It can show you where you're naturally aligned and where you might need to make adjustments to feel more in balance. So the next time you're thinking about making a big decision, whether it's moving to a new city, starting a new job, or even changing your name, consider the energy behind those numbers. Is it aligned with your life path? Does it resonate with your true essence? By using numerology, you're not just reacting to life. You're consciously creating a life that supports who you really are. And the beauty of it is that numerology isn't just about knowing who you are. It's about understanding why you are the way you are. It's about seeing the bigger picture, recognizing your strengths and weaknesses, and using that knowledge to live a more fulfilling, purposeful life. So, take a moment to think about your life path number and your name. What do they tell you about your journey? How can you use the wisdom of numerology to guide you toward your highest potential? The answers are already within you. It's just a matter of learning how to listen. Now let's talk about something even more fascinating: master numbers. If you've ever heard of numbers like 11, 22, or 33, then you've encountered what are known as master numbers. These numbers are considered to be incredibly powerful, and they are believed to carry a special kind of energy that can deeply influence your life. Unlike other numbers, master numbers can't be reduced to a single digit. So instead of adding them up and reducing them like we do with other numbers, they hold their energy in their double form. But don't be fooled. Just because these numbers are powerful doesn't mean they're always easy to handle. In fact, people with master numbers in their numerology chart often face more intense challenges, but these challenges can also lead to significant growth and transformation. Let's start with the number 11. This is one of the most well-known master numbers, and for good reason. People with the number 11 in their chart are often incredibly intuitive, spiritual, and sensitive. They are deep thinkers with an innate ability to understand the unseen and the unknown. If your life path number is 11, you may find that you have a heightened sense of awareness, almost like you can sense things before they happen. You might also have a strong connection to the spiritual or metaphysical world, and you may feel drawn to help others in some way. However, the number 11 also comes with its challenges. People with this master number can sometimes struggle with self-doubt and uncertainty. Because they're so in tune with the deeper aspects of life, they might find it hard to connect with others who don't share the same level of awareness. But the beauty of 11 is that once people with this number embrace their unique gifts, and learn to balance their inner world with the outer world, they can achieve great things. Then we have the number 22. The number 22 is considered to be the master builder. If you have a 22 in your numerology chart, you're someone with the potential to create something big. This number carries the energy of manifestation, ambition, and leadership, and people with a 22 in their life path often find themselves drawn to building something monumental, whether that's a business, a community, or a movement. But as powerful as the number 22 is, it comes with its own set of challenges. People with this number may find themselves feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of their dreams. They might feel like they have a lot of potential but struggle to turn their visions into reality. The key to harnessing the energy of 22 is learning how to balance your ambition with practical steps and a strong foundation. People with this master number need to learn patience and perseverance because the rewards that come with the number 22 can be incredibly rewarding, but they often take time. Finally, let's talk about the number 33. This is the master teacher. People with the number 33 in their chart are often deeply compassionate, nurturing, and focused on helping others. They are natural caregivers, and they feel a strong calling to make the world a better place. If you have a 33 in your numerology chart, you might find that you're constantly drawn to teaching, healing, or guiding others. You might also find that you're highly empathetic, picking up on the emotions of those around you. However, the number 33 also requires a lot of self-awareness. People with this master number can sometimes struggle with feelings of being overwhelmed by the needs of others, and they might find it hard to put themselves first. But when they embrace their role as a guide or teacher and learn to set healthy boundaries, they can make a huge impact on the world. Master numbers are not something to be taken lightly. They come with great responsibility, but also with incredible potential. If you have a master number in your chart, it's a sign that you're here to do something significant, to make an impact on the world, and to share your unique gifts with others. However, the journey to fully embodying the energy of a master number can be challenging. You may face moments of doubt, struggle with self-worth, or feel like the weight of your potential is too much to bear. But remember this, the challenges that come with these numbers are often the very things that lead to your growth and transformation. Master numbers are not about perfection. They're about embracing your true potential, no matter how difficult the journey might be. And if you learn to work with the energy of your master number, you can unlock your full potential and create a life that is truly extraordinary. So if you've got a master number in your chart, take a moment to appreciate the incredible energy you carry. Know that you're not just here to live a regular life. You're here to create something that leaves a lasting impact on the world. Embrace that power, trust your journey, and keep moving forward with confidence. You've got this. Let's take a moment to reflect on something a lot of people might not immediately think about when they first dive into numerology, the power of your name. We've spent a lot of time talking about life path numbers, the energy they bring to your life, and how they guide your decisions and growth. But there's another layer to your numerology chart that's just as important, the vibration of your full name. Your name is more than just a label. It's a reflection of your identity, your purpose, and your energy in the world. And when you break down the numbers in your name, you start to uncover a deeper understanding of who you are. Every letter in your name corresponds to a number, and these numbers work together to create a unique vibration that influences how you show up in life. This isn't just about what your name means on a surface level. It's about the hidden energy that's carried by the numbers. The process of translating letters into numbers is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Each letter is assigned a specific number, from 1 to 9, and then you can add up those numbers to get the overall vibrational energy of your full name. For example, the name John would be broken down like this: J equals 1, O equals 6, H equals 8, N equals 5. When you add those numbers together, 1 plus 6 plus 8 plus 5, you get 20. Then you reduce that number by adding 2 plus 0, which gives you 2. So the energy of the name John is vibrationally tied to the number 2, which is associated with harmony, cooperation, and relationships. This is just one example, but the process is the same for any name. When you understand the numerology behind your name, It gives you a whole new perspective on how you interact with others and how you express yourself. For instance, someone whose name vibrates with the number 1 might find themselves drawn to leadership roles, independent ventures, and creative self-expression. They're likely to have a strong sense of individuality and an inherent drive to succeed. On the other hand, someone with a name that resonates with the number 5 might feel a strong need for freedom, adventure, and variety in their life. This person might struggle with feeling restricted or confined, and they may thrive in environments where they can express their creativity and adaptability. But it's not just about the first name. Your entire full name has its own energy. Your first name might carry a different vibration than your last name, and together they combine to form your overall energetic profile. Think about your name as a roadmap to your personality. It can help you understand your natural tendencies, your strengths, and even the challenges you might face in life. Let's say you've got a first name that vibrates with the energy of the number 6. This could mean that you're nurturing, family-oriented, and deeply concerned with creating harmony in your relationships. If your last name, however, vibrates with the energy of the number 8, associated with power, success, and material abundance, then you might find that your life feels like a balancing act between the need to care for others and the desire to achieve success and financial stability. The beauty of numerology is that it offers us a tool to understand these internal dynamics and help us find balance. Once you know the energy of your name, you can begin to see how it influences your relationships, your career, and even your personal life. It's not uncommon for people to experience a shift in their life when they change their name, whether it's through marriage, a nickname, or even just choosing a new name that resonates more deeply with their current self. In fact, the name change can often mark a turning point in a person's life, signaling a new phase of growth and transformation. But while changing your name can feel empowering, it's important to remember that there's also power in the name you were given at birth. Your birth name carries a unique vibration that's meant to guide you through life, and it's tied to the lessons you came here to learn. If you're considering a name change for practical reasons, like a nickname or a stage name, it can be a fun and creative way to express a new version of yourself. But if you're looking to change your name to bring about material gain or to fit a certain image, it's worth considering how the new vibration of your name might align or clash with your true self. Numerology teaches us that there's a divine purpose behind the name you were given, and it's meant to support your life's journey. That doesn't mean you have to stick with a name you don't love, but it does mean that there's value in understanding the energetic significance of your birth name and the connection it has to your life's mission. In numerology, there's no such thing as a bad name, but there can be names that don't align with your soul's path or that create unnecessary challenges. If you're feeling disconnected from your name or struggling with negative energy in your life, it might be worth exploring the numerology behind your name and seeing if there's a deeper message that you're missing. Understanding the vibration of your name is like gaining access to a secret key that unlocks a whole new level of self-awareness. It can help you understand why you approach situations the way you do, why certain people are drawn to you, and why you're attracted to certain environments. Your name's numerology provides insights into your strengths, your challenges, and the deeper purpose you're meant to fulfill in this lifetime. So, whether you're considering a name change or simply curious about what your name says about you, remember that your name holds immense power. It's a reflection of who you are and what you're here to do, and when you understand the numbers behind it, you can unlock even more of your potential, align yourself with your true essence, and create a life that truly resonates with your soul. Now that we've explored the significance of your name and your life path number, let's dive into something a little more practical, how numerology can guide you in making big decisions in your life. We all know that life is full of decisions, big and small, and sometimes it can be overwhelming to figure out which path to take, whether it's choosing a new job, moving to a new city, starting a relationship, or making a big financial investment. It can feel like there are a million factors to consider. But here's the thing. Numerology can help you make decisions that are more aligned with your true self and your soul's purpose. It's like having a built-in GPS that guides you through life's maze. The first tool to consider is your personal year cycle. In numerology, every year is associated with a different vibration, and understanding which personal year you're in can give you a huge advantage in making decisions. A personal year cycle lasts for 9 years, with each year having its own energy and focus. So, for example, year 1 is all about new beginnings, taking risks, and starting fresh. If you're in a year 1, it's the perfect time to launch a new project, start a business, or take a bold step in a new direction. Year 2, on the other hand, is all about partnerships, cooperation, and finding balance. If you're in a year 2, it's a time for reflection, collaboration, and nurturing relationships. This is not the time to make major moves on your own, but instead focus on building connections and laying the groundwork for future growth. The energy of each year builds on the previous one, so understanding where you are in your personal year cycle can help you make choices that are in harmony with the energy of that year. This helps you avoid making decisions that are out of sync with your natural rhythm. For example, if you're in a year 4, which is all about stability and hard work, trying to make a major career change or move could feel like a struggle. Instead, this year would be better spent focusing on building a strong foundation for your future. Another way numerology can help with decision-making is by looking at the numbers that are present in your environment. Let's say you're thinking about moving to a new house or apartment. You might be drawn to a certain location or feel an instinctual pull toward a particular place, but how do you know if that place is aligned with your energy? The answer lies in the numerology of the address. Every address has its own vibration, and just like your personal numbers, it can either resonate with you or create friction. For instance, if you're someone whose life path number is 5, which is all about freedom, adventure, and change, living in a place with the number 5 in the address could feel incredibly energizing and aligned with your need for variety and excitement. On the other hand, if your life path number is 6, which is more focused on home, family, and stability, a home with a number 5 in the address might feel chaotic or unsettled. Understanding the numerology of the place you live can help you make decisions about where you want to settle, based on the energy that will support your personal growth. Similarly, you can apply numerology to other areas of life, like your job or your relationships. If you're thinking about entering a new business partnership, it's helpful to know the numerology of the person you're working with. If their numbers don't align with yours, it could create tension or challenges in the relationship. Conversely, if you have complementary numbers, the partnership could flow more easily and help you achieve mutual goals. The same principle applies to relationships. You can use numerology to better understand the dynamics between you and your partner. If your numbers are compatible, the relationship is likely to be harmonious, but if there's a clash, you might need to work a little harder to find common ground. Of course, numerology isn't about predicting the future with absolute certainty or telling you what to do. It's about offering guidance and helping you make decisions that are in alignment with your true self. It's a tool that you can use to make more empowered choices, to create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Whether you're considering a big move, starting a new relationship, or making a major life change, numerology can help you tap into the energy that's available to you and guide you toward decisions that support your highest potential. And here's the beauty of it all. Numerology doesn't limit you. It doesn't say, this is the only path for you. Instead, it shows you the most aligned path, the one that resonates with your energy and your soul's purpose. It gives you the power to make choices with confidence, knowing that you're walking a path that feels right for you. So, next time you're faced with a big decision, take a moment to consult the numbers. Look at your personal year, your life path number, and the energy of the situation at hand. What does your intuition tell you, and how do the numbers line up? With this knowledge, you can make decisions that not only make sense, but also feel right on a deeper, more intuitive level. And when you're in alignment with the energy of the universe, things just seem to fall into place. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a powerful thought. Numerology isn't just a tool for understanding the universe. It's a way to understand yourself. Think about it. The numbers that define your life are not just random. They carry deep meaning. They reveal your purpose, your strengths, and even the obstacles you might face. Every number in your numerology chart, from your life path number to your name's vibration, gives you insights into who you truly are and what you're meant to do in this world. The beauty of numerology is that it helps you see beyond the surface. It shows you the bigger picture, the deeper truths that are hidden beneath the events of your daily life. It's like a guide, helping you navigate through the chaos of everyday living by showing you patterns, opportunities, and lessons that you might otherwise overlook. When you start to see your life through the lens of numerology, you begin to understand that everything happens for a reason. Those little coincidences that you've noticed, like seeing the same number over and over again or meeting someone who seems to share your energy, those are not random. They are signs from the universe, guiding you toward your purpose, urging you to pay attention to the opportunities around you, or sometimes giving you a gentle nudge to move in a new direction. This kind of awareness can transform the way you approach life. When you understand the vibrational energy of your numbers, you can start to make decisions that are more aligned with your true self. You'll stop making choices that are based on fear or outside pressure, and instead you'll make choices that are guided by your inner wisdom and the natural flow of the universe. This doesn't mean that every decision will be easy or that life will be without challenges, but it does mean that you'll be more in tune with the energy around you, and as a result, you'll have a clearer sense of direction. One of the most empowering things you can do is learn to trust the numbers in your life. Trust that the patterns you see, the synchronicities, and the recurring numbers are all part of the universe's plan for you. They are signs that you are on the right track, or they are gently steering you toward a new path that will bring you greater growth and fulfillment. It's not about having all the answers or knowing exactly what will happen next. It's about tuning into the energy of the numbers and allowing them to guide you toward the best version of yourself. Remember, numerology isn't about trying to predict the future with perfect certainty. It's about using the tools available to you to make more informed, empowered decisions in your life. It's about seeing the opportunities that lie ahead, understanding the lessons that are unfolding, and using the wisdom of numbers to move forward with confidence. So take a moment to reflect on the numbers that are present in your life. What patterns do you see? Are there recurring numbers that have shown up for you time and time again? What do they mean to you? By understanding the significance of these numbers, you can tap into the energy they carry and begin to align yourself with the flow of the universe. And remember, numerology is not just about understanding your numbers. It's about understanding your connection to the world around you. The numbers that shape your life are part of a greater system, a cosmic design that connects you to everything in existence. When you embrace this truth, you begin to realize that you are not just an individual on a solitary path. You are part of a greater whole, a part of a grand, universal plan that's unfolding right before your eyes. As you move forward in life, keep this in mind. You are always connected to the numbers that define you, and by aligning with their energy, you're aligning with your higher self. This is the ultimate power of numerology. It shows you the way to live in harmony with your true essence, to create a life that resonates with who you really are. So, as you step into the future, carry these numbers with you. Let them be your guide, your compass as you navigate life's journey. Trust in their power, trust in your own intuition, and know that you are always being supported by the universe in ways you may not yet fully understand. Your numbers are here to guide you, to help you live a life that's truly aligned with your soul's purpose. And when you walk this path, you'll not only find peace and fulfillment, you'll also discover a sense of purpose and joy that can't be found anywhere else. So take the first step today. Embrace the power of numerology and let it lead you to the life you were always meant to live.